Number 59. Based on what is known about Radon-222’s primary decay method, why is inhalation so dangerous? All right, so this lesson is going to be a little bit on the macabre side, a little bit gloomy, but it's a pretty interesting fact that is happening. I don't know in other parts of the world, but for America, it is somewhat of a major problem, and we will get into why that is in a little bit. Now, Radon-222, right? Radon is a pretty big metal, right? And its primary decay method is alpha emission. So we'll just put that out there. So alpha emission, remember alpha particles are helium, right? So He, 2 on the bottom and 4 on the top. So helium is a gas, right? Majority of the time. So we'll keep that in mind as we go forth in this lesson. But now, based off of this, why is inhaling that so dangerous? Well, the first thing is that radon, since it undergoes beta emission, it is emitting an alpha particle into the atmosphere. So emission always means that that particle, whatever it is going to be part of the products. So as radon is breaking down, specifically the 222 version, right, 222, that's the mass number of the specific radon. It's going to produce a helium atom, which is a gas. And generally, gases we can't see, with the human eye. They're there, but unfortunately, our eyes can't detect gases. We can't see them, especially helium gases. So to us, we don't even know that it's there. But anyway, a little bit of the backstory, right? Here's a beautiful house, right? And usually, houses in America, a lot of them, sometimes more than others, right? They have basements. It doesn't really matter if you have a basement or not. Your house is going to be based off of having a basement, or it's going to be built on a slab. And if your house is built on something else, please let me know in the comments. But majority of the time, it's going to be built on either a slab, a concrete slab in which you don't have a basement, or in this beautiful picture, you do have a basement, right? That's built with concrete, and usually you have a foundation, right? The foundation is a thick piece of concrete, and the basement is also built on concrete. And then once you lay the foundation down, right, which is based off of concrete, you build your house out of wood, but the wood is resting on those concrete slabs or the basement, foundation. So, main key thing here, though, is that your house is resting on some type of concrete. Now, it's concrete mainly because alpha particles, right? Now, these particles, depending on what they are, right? Alpha, beta, or neutrons or gamma rays, they can pass certain protections, right? Now, concrete, you think it's a huge piece of this metal, right? Usually when you think of concrete, it's this silvery thing. It's a huge thing. It's huge, dense material. Not a lot of things can get through concrete. And alpha particles are one of them, where if you have a huge piece of concrete, sorry that I don't have gray, but let's pretend that this is the piece of concrete, right? Here is the outside of the house, where it's grass and soil and rocks and dirt, and then inside is your protection of your basement, right? Your foundation. And turns out that alpha particles, if you have a nice piece of concrete, it is not going through. Concrete is a protection against alpha particles. So, main reason why you use concrete? Oop, we don't want to move the page, but whatever, we'll just leave it here. But concrete is used because you don't want those alpha particles coming into your house. So, on the backstory, right, in order to get the Radon-222, it is part of a cascade of metals decomposing, starting from uranium. big bad U. Uranium is found in rocks, in the soil, right? Bedrock, fractured bedrock. So you got a bunch of uranium in the rocks, and over time, the uranium is going to break down into radium, which ultimately will get breakdown into radon. Radon will then break down into your alpha particles, right, as it goes through the cascade. But now you're saying to yourself, well, what's the problem, right? If our foundation is built off of concrete and we know that alpha particles can't go through concrete, what's the problem, right? How are we going to even inhale this gas? Don't we have that protection? But that's why you gotta check your basements, because there can be cracks, right? There's tons of basements, especially that I've seen, where it wasn't built properly. The foundation is cracked. I mean, a lot of American homes are, older, and they got, the foundation just wears away. It's starting to get cracked, and that's why it's super important to, keep up with your maintenance, because if there's a crack in your foundation and it's exposed to the outside rocks and the soil, guess what's coming in? You're absolutely correct. The alpha particles. And now the alpha particles are in your house. It's going to start being in your basement, right? And it's a gas, right? I mean, it's helium, because literally that's what we said, right? Alpha particles are helium. These are gases. And gases aren't going to stay in one place. So over time, they're going to seep up the stairs. I sound like a fearmonger, but this is really what's happening, guys. So they come through the cracks, alpha particles, the helium that's in the basements. It's going to seep up the stairs. It can come in through other ways, right? Depending on if they're cracks, other parts. But basically the idea is that, the alpha particles are going to be in your home. And if they're in your home, right, and you don't fix the cracks, you're gonna breathe it in. So now we're over here, right? This is the backstory of how the alpha particles can get into your house. But now, why is inhalation of radon so dangerous? It's because when you inhale, you are inhaling alpha particles. And alpha particles are known to damage, it goes right to your DNA, and it will damage the DNA and might turn into mutations. There might be mutations that occur in your DNA if you guys have taken biology, or if you are going to be taking biology, you will learn about tons of mutations in your DNA and how they become mutations by either, taking out a nucleotide, putting in a nucleotide, switching it up. But basically with this, chances are that the big C will come about. Cancer will come about. And predominantly, we don't want to do that either. Predominantly, if it's inhaled, right, it's going into your lungs. So the specific cancer that Radon-222 causes is lung cancer, unfortunately. And this is kind of the gloominess of the video. I believe that it is the number one most predominant case of lung cancer in non-smokers, because generally if you get lung cancer, predominantly is because of the smoking, the carcinogens in the smoke, and the cigarettes. But, there are people out there that unfortunately get lung cancer and they never smoked ever in their life. And it could have been because of this, that they lived in a house that had cracks in the concrete. Over time, the alpha particles came in because, it's coming from uranium, which is found in rocks. And, unfortunately, they just keep inhaling it, and this is what happens. So this is the main issue here. So if anything that gets taken away from this video is please, please, please check foundations, check for cracks, because it's a real thing, So And after this video, I'm gonna check my basement. But thank you so much for viewing the video. I hope this, this helps out, especially in the question sense. But thank you so much for viewing the videos, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope it's a little bit better after this video, because this one was kind of depressing. But yeah, thank you so much for coming here, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.